Hey everybody, I'm John Lang, and I'm making a YouTube video today to explain the differences between downstreaming and with a power washer and soft washing, okay? Now maybe you already know, maybe you don't, but this is a common misconception, especially with some of the newer guys getting into this. So listen up. Downstreaming is when you have a little soap injector after your power washer pump, and depending on what tips you're using on your spray gun, it allows more water to come through, causing more suction for the little soap injector. So there's like a siphon coming off of the soap injector, and it'll pull the chem, and it pulls it with the water coming out of the power washer. So it mixes in the hose, and then when you're spraying it, and then it comes out as a ratio. Typically, a good rule of thumb is like 7-to-1 or 10-to-1. That's usually the ratio you get when you're downstream injecting. Again, lots of factors come in play there. The type of machine you're using, the length of hose that you have is a huge one, the orifices that you're using, etc., etc. So, with soft washing, it's typically done, there's a few different ways to deliver, but it's typically done with like a 12-volt pump or air diaphragm or a booster pump. So the 12-volt pump we'll use as an example. You can usually get them in like 5.5 gallons a minute or 7 gallons a minute. It's a little electric pump, and what it does is it sucks out you drop a siphon, like you drop the hose in a bucket or your chem tank, and whatever is in that tank, it sucks it up and it spits it out on the surface you're cleaning. Now, what's cool about that is you can spray an extremely strong mixture onto the surface. So, for example, roof cleaning. Roof cleaning, you need to be hitting that with like a mix that's like 3%, 4%, 5%. I mean, that's pretty high, but you're spraying a direct application, so you can't reach those kind of numbers when you're downstreaming. Even if you were to downstream and pull straight SH, you still have like a 10-to-1 ratio or whatever. So it's going to be a weak mix. You won't be able to clean like stucco, brick, roofs, concrete. Like you won't be able, like anything that needs a strong mix, you won't be able to achieve that with downstreaming. But the beauty of downstreaming is it's very simple, and you can clean like siding and paint, porches, gutters, eaves. You can clean stuff that needs a weaker mix. So for example, let's say this bucket is our chem tank. We're going to go soft wash a roof. This is like our 50-gallon tank. So what we would do is mix, half of it with a bleach, with our 12.5 SH, half of it with water, our surfactant, so like roof snot or what have you, and then we'll drop the siphon in there, turn on our 12-volt pump, and spray away. And we'll use probably like this whole, depending on the roof, of course, but you'll use just what's in this bucket to clean the roof. I have gone through, depending on the roof, 40, 50 gallons. Sometimes roofs only take like 20 gallons, but of, a mixed batch. But you mix your batch and you spray it on the roof, and that's how simple it can be. Sometimes guys ask, well, why don't you just wash houses with the 12-volt pump instead of the power washer? You just get a 12-volt, and then you make really weak batches for house washing and strong batches for roof cleaning. The problem is there's not a lot of kick to these soft wash pumps, these little 12-volt pumps and whatnot. The power washer has a lot more oomph to it, a lot more volume, a little more PSI. You can really get to moving stuff and rinsing stuff. So you can apply the chem with the soft wash thing, but then when you're going to rinse all that chem off a house, you got to drop it in a freshwater tank and then rinse the house off, and it's very weak. It's like, like puttering water out, and it takes forever. So that's why you see guys using power washers to clean houses and stuff. With roof cleaning, you just apply the chemical on the roof and you walk away from it. You apply the chem, you let it sit on there, it does its thing. If the homeowner calls back, tell the homeowner like, hey, roof cleaning is a delicate process. We've treated the roof, everything's good. If anything looks funny, if you have any questions or you're just not sure about something, give us a call back. I'll be checking in with you in about a week, see how things are. But I'd like to see a nice rain come through. I'd like to see it rain one good time and see what kind of transformation we have, and then go from there. Educate them a little bit. So I hope this is making sense. Makes sense in my head. With the proportioner or the wash life mixer or whatever those metering systems, so those come in handy because it takes a lot of time mixing a batch. So a guy mixes a whole batch, goes and does a roof, uses all of it, has to come back to the shop, mix another batch, or maybe he has a huge tank, he mixes a huge batch, and then one of his customers calls and cancels, and you wasted all this chem because you don't have another job lined up to take care of it. Whatever the situation, the proportioner is really nice because it's a three-way system. So you'll have a bucket or a tank full of bleach, a tank with water, and then your soap, your surfactant, and you'll have a siphon in each one, and you'll dial it in on the little proportioner how much chem do you want to be pulled, or how much bleach do you want pulled. How much water? The water you actually leave on the full blast the whole time, regardless. But besides the point, you dial it in. You dial in how much surfactant you want. You kind of just, and that way you have 3 separate tanks, so nothing's mixed. You're not wasting anything. You can dial it in exactly how you want, and you actually end up saving space and time because you don't have to mix a huge batch to take care of a roof. You can have 3 little, you can have 3 separate tanks or whatever. And you can also kind of use it for different, so you have like your common bleach tank or something, right? Well, your proportioner can be hooked up to it, and then you could also have like a ball valve on your bleach tank and use that same bleach to mix up, a couple 5-gallon buckets to go do a house wash or something, because you're going to downstream the house wash. So those are the 3 kind of misconceptions I see a lot. Guys asking, why do I need the power washer? Or, can I just downstream with the power washer? There's a lot of stuff going around about these downstream injectors, the dual barb downstream injectors. People are cleaning roofs with them, what have you. I haven't tried them out yet. I'm very skeptical of it though. Very skeptical. I noticed that it looks like the strongest mix you can get is like 30% or something, which would be, I don't even know. But what I'm saying is that would be a pretty weak mix. I like to go half and half with my roof cleaning. So that's like 20% weaker than what I normally clean a roof with. So I'd rather not even mess around with that. Maybe I'll get one, try it out, play with it, but I like to stick with what works, and that's about that. That's about that. So, I hope this video helped a little bit, and I'm getting some new cameras in. I just ordered them on Amazon. They're actually coming in today. So we're gonna have the GoPro, getting everything set up. We're gonna be building a truck with another contractor. You guys might know him as Joel. We're going to be building a truck. I'm going to show you how we put this thing together from start to finish, so you can kind of mimic it. And we're going to do this whole build for $2,500, $3,000, somewhere between there. So it'll be kind of food for thought, with you guys having some tax money coming in. If you can part with some of it, maybe a build is a likelihood in the near future. I'm still debating on. I think I'm leaning towards putting the whole setup in the van actually. So we're probably going to do a van build. So we'll have a truck build, a van build, and the trailer I'm saving for something else. I have something else in the works. More of a large scale like fleet washing gig in the works. So lots of exciting stuff. If you haven't subscribed already, you're dead to me. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Shoot me an email at JohnLangeWIN@gmail.com if you have any questions or concerns. Guys, I get a lot of telemarketers all over the country, so I ignore a lot of calls. Also, I'm just flat out too busy sometimes to even take calls. So if you've got any questions or concerns, shoot me an email, and maybe we can set up a time where I can give you a call. Also, I could use a coffee. Go ahead and buy me a coffee. My PayPal account is down below. If you want to support me, give me a coffee. I'll be sure to answer any questions for you. Peace.